Well, you might remember Chef Ani Robaina from the Pond House Cafe.
She has her own business, her own catering business now. Chef Ani is joining us with an easy-to-make, delicious fall salad. How are you, Ani? Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. Thank you.
Yeah, I know you've been doing during the pandemic. I've been seeing your online classes and Zoom calls, so you've got a little salad to make for us.
We do. We have a beautiful salad. This is a nice autumn COVID-friendly way to entertain your guests. And so we have a beautiful set of ingredients here. And you're going to take a mason jar or something that is, similar, or a nice tall glass that you might have that's clear. And we're just going to start layering all the ingredients. We have some nice finely chopped arugula, or you can use spinach here. I have some cooked farro, and I love farro because it has a really nice nutty flavor, which is perfect for autumn. It does have gluten. If you want a gluten-free option, you might want to use quinoa, but this works out. So this is really easy. Your kids can help you make this. This can be made the day before. And I use a 1/3 cup measure, and the same size for everything that's going in the salad. So we're going to start with the farro, and then we're going to have 2 types of cranberries in this salad. We're going to start with the dried cranberries. So there's sweet, and there's tart, and there's earthy. And this is just really, really delicious all combined. We're going to do our dried cranberries here. Then we have beautiful corn, just shaved off the cob. I like it raw, has a nice crunch, and you get just that beautiful sweetness of the raw corn. If you want to cook it a little bit, you can, but I just like to just shave it right off the cob. And we're going to take 1/3 cup of that. And you can start to see, the layers and the colors, really beautiful. Next, we're going to use fresh cranberries. So we have the sweetness of the dried, and we have that nice tartness and that pop for texture of the fresh cranberries. And this is as pretty as it is full of texture and flavor. So we're going to layer that. And the reason we layered it in this order is we're putting some of the heavier things on the bottom, and the more delicate things stay on top, and then they don't get switched. Next I have butternut squash. You can use acorn squash, butternut squash. There's this really, really sweet little new squash I found called a honey nut, which is a little sweeter than butternut. And I just cut it and toss it in a little bit of olive oil, and then roast it in the oven till it's tender.
Yum.
It's really good. And then we're going to layer the squash into here.
What's nice is you can make all this ahead, and I guess you could make a lot of those mason jars, so you'd have this salad to look forward to, whether you're going on the run or you're in between Zoom calls. It would all be ready, and you could just have this thing to look forward to.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, and if you have company, you can get it done the day before, and it's one less. You can enjoy your company, a little bit more, and just put it out on a tray, and which is really nice. And then the last thing is, I like to use fresh mozzarella in this salad. You could use feta if you want to, and make it a little saltier, but I really love it. And then if you can find these, they're called the pearl size mozzarella, and they're just perfect. They're a little bite size.
I've never seen that.
You want to make sure that everything in here you can just eat with a fork, so that you don't really need to be cutting, anything. Or if you need to buy the bigger fresh mozzarella, you want to make sure you cut it so that it's similar in size to your squash or your cranberries, and that it's fork friendly. And then we're going to top it with that.
Ani, where do you get that? Where do you get the mozzarella? In any grocery store? I've never seen that before.
Yeah, so the pearl size, yeah. So sometimes, the section where they have the olives, sometimes we'll have this size, the olives and brine, which I know are all prepackaged now.
Okay.
Sometimes in your cheese section, they have them, and it'll come in a little plastic pint, and they come in a little bit of brine. So you will want to drain them before you put them in here. So there's your beautiful salad. You can put a lid on it, and then just have them ready to go. It's really beautiful. And then the other thing that makes this really nice is we're going to work on the vinaigrette. And this is a cider vinaigrette. And this is super easy to make, and it's so good on so many things. So in here, I have 1/3 cup of honey. Any honey that you have. This is a nice unfiltered honey I picked up at a farmer's market. And we're going to use the same amount of cider vinegar. You want to buy a pretty good quality cider vinegar. And the way that you can tell is you want to look at actually the color And you'll see that one is a little lighter and one's a little darker. And you always want to buy the darkest of that cider vinegars that you can find in the bottle.
Get the
It will have
Brags.
a lot more
Yeah,
flavor.
the Brags.
We're going to add this. And we're just going to get that honey and that cider vinegar mixed really well. And then
Equal
we're going to
parts.
add olive oil. And you can do this in the food processor, in Roku with a hand mixer, or by hand. And then we're just going to add a little bit of salt to taste here. You can add pepper, but I think there's just so much flavor in this. I'm not going to add any pepper to this. And then we're going to, I collect, if anything that comes in a little glass jar, any food product or whatever, I like to wash, I disinfect, and then I like to reuse them for individual servings. And we're just going to put this into here. And then we are going to serve, beautiful, the salad with the vinaigrette to your guests. And then they will pour it in and just mix it with a fork and eat it right out of the jar. And it's really delicious.
So
And the other thing, without layering this salad tosses beautifully. There's so many gorgeous colors that you can also, the other thing you can do is toss the salad and just present it in some nice glasses that you have around. And it looks just as beautiful with all the colors, and you don't have to do the layering. Put it on a nice tray and present it to your company. And that's the easy way to make the salad.
that looks beautiful.
Yeah, and with the mason jars, especially if people are trying to be considerate of doing individually packaged servings so that you're not touching everything. So it's a beautiful, wonderful way to do that. Thank you so much, Ani.
Thank you for having me. Nice seeing you.
How's the catering business going, real quick?
It's doing great. Thank you. We just did some beautiful boxes for the Hands on Hartford Gala and for the El Grasso Women's Leadership, and we are doing some wonderful events. So it's going wonderfully.
All right,
Thank you.
terrific.
And you've got some Thanksgiving and takeout members that are coming out in November. So we're going to look ahead to that. Let everyone know where they can find you, Ani. Online.
You can find me at www.anistable.com. Also Ani's Table on Instagram and Facebook.
Okay, thanks so much. Have a great day. It was good seeing you.
Likewise, thank you.